Sologenic is a trading ecosystem that can connect the global financial markets with crypto. And with me is a co-creator of this system, Bob Raz, all the way from Spain. So great to talk to you this morning, Bob.
Hi, Jane. Thanks for having me on your show.
Thanks. So let's start with decentralized financing that's getting a lot of buzz right now. Explain how Sologenic is a DeFi entity.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, decentralized finance is booming right now and definitely has the potential to change the future of economy. But the main question is, how do governments feel about that? Well, as we know, regulations are the key for any industry to grow. For that reason, we have designed a hybrid DeFi model, which us, as the centralized party, are only involved in KYC and fiat on and off ramping. Further on, we are adding smart contract functionality, which that will bring more aspects of DeFi, such as escrow, lending, and etc. for tokenized assets.
Okay, and then you mentioned the tokenization, and Sologenic facilitates the tokenizing of 40,000 stocks, ETFs, commodities as well. How does all that work, and what are the advantages to the tokenization?
That's actually a great question. Once an asset is tokenized, it brings many different benefits for the users. For example, users can withdraw these tokenized assets and transfer these assets to their own private wallets. So basically,
Solo Scrooge, sending peace and blessings to you all out there. Hashtag Solo Nation. How's it going, my people? Hope everyone's well. Appreciate you all for the love and support of the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We're giving you updates of Sologenic, Coreum and XRP. Hit the like button for me. That helps the channel grow and pushes us through the analytics. So as we heard, Bob Ross, this is an old clip, my people, but I have to bring it back for us. This is from 2020 on Bloomberg TV. Jane King from NASDAQ discussing DeFi, Sologenic, and up-and-coming smart contract functionalities on Real Sologenic. So Bob Ross talking about tokenization. He's saying benefits: users can withdraw the tokenized assets and transfer them to their private wallets. Let's see part 2 on what he's speaking of.
Basically, they can have self-custody of these assets without involvement of the third party. They can trade these tokenized assets 24/7 on the DEX without the limitation of traditional market hours. The other benefit is users, they can spend these tokenized assets through Solo cards, which basically works as ordinary credit cards, and users, they can use these Solo cards anywhere in the world to spend these tokenized assets. As mentioned before, we are adding a smart contract functionality, which that creates limitless abilities for users through DeFi.
Okay, I mean, it really opens up a whole new world of finance, which is fascinating. And now, how do the dividends work? Because there are dividends with tokenized assets as well, right?
Yeah, correct. We actually, when we have designed the whole ecosystem, we try to make this as simple as possible. The way it works, the ecosystem scans and detects all the wallet addresses that they hold that specific tokenized assets and deposit evidence in real time into those wallet addresses.
Okay, and then we've had a lot of highly publicized stock splits this year. There's been Apple, Tesla has split. Yeah. How does Sologenic's ecosystem handle a stock split?
Yes, in terms of the stock split, Sologenic notified the holder of those tokenized assets and provides a 30-day token swap period. During this period, users can swap their existing tokenized assets with the new one.
Now, you touched a little bit on regulation, and I know this is a really crazy area. A lot of governments are still trying to figure it out. It's very fast changing. I mean, how are you handling that? What have been the challenges?
So Bob Ross, shout out to Bob Ross. For those who don't know, Bob Ross is co-creator of Sologenic and Coreum. So benefits, he was talking about the benefits of Sologenic. self-custody. He said you'll also be able to trade 24/7 on the Solo Dex, trade these assets, these stocks, ETFs, 24/7 on the Solo Dex. Also, we'll be receiving a Solo card for those that hold Sologenic. And with the Solo card, we'll be able to spend these tokenized assets. He was speaking about dividends, how dividends will be paid. He was saying the ecosystem scans and detects all the wallet addresses that hold tokenized assets and deposits the dividends in real time to those wallet addresses. Phenomenal technology. So BlackRock, and for those who don't know, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with 8.59 trillion in assets under management as of December 31st, 2022. So shout out Loon C Maxi. Shout out to you, bro. And he posted at the beginning of the year, he said, BlackRock wants the tokenization of stocks on a distributed ledger. Hashtag Sologenic, hashtag Solo Nation, hashtag XRPL. We've got Larry Fink here. Let's see what Larry Fink's saying here, what he's saying, the CEO of BlackRock.
For markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem. You don't need trust banks.
But does that disrupt you eventually? Because you are custodying all of these assets.
No, we're not a custodian. We're not, we use third-party custodians in everything we do.
In everything you do?
We're not a custodian bank.
So your goal, by the way, I don't think that he was technically a custodian either, which is a separate issue.
I think they were. I don't know if there was a real custodian in that closed ledger, but that's a whole other story. You should ask him that question. No, I mean, the transformation, think about it, instantaneous settlement, bonds and stocks. No middlemen. We're going to bring down fees even more dramatically. As for me, I don't have to vote on any shares anymore because the beneficial owner will do all the voting.
So as we just heard Larry Fink, he said, think about it, the transformation, bonds and stocks, bringing down the fees, no third party. This is all Sologenic. We've heard Larry Fink, or for those who don't know, Larry Fink's been on CNBC before, speaking of a distributed ledger, speaking of the XRP, XRPL, not in so many words, but you know they try to hide these things from what's really going on, but we do our research, my people. But Larry Fink's already been on CNBC speaking of a distributed ledger technology, and we know Ripple are partnered all around the world with this distributed technology, distributed ledger technology. So Coreum posted, update, acknowledgement that 20 million Coreum tokens from last year's airdrop has yet undistributed and are destined for solo holders at Real Sologenic. Given a thorough analysis of the present crypto landscape, the collective decision leans towards deferring the distribution for the greater good of the project. Rest assured, a clearly defined schedule for distribution within this year will be communicated timely, reinforcing trust and synergy within the community. So what's my thoughts personally? What's my thoughts? You know, they could have just distributed the tokens. I know they don't want the price to fall, but it's better that it falls earlier than later. Let's get as much on the market as we can as early as possible. And I think that helps. But personally, you know, if we have to wait, we have to wait. It is what it is. So I've not got much more to say on that. Bitcoin drops below 30k as altcoins tumble. BTC dominance reaches 26-month high. Crypto bubbles, we can see the markets. Phantom up 20%, okay. Hex down 5%. Mixed emotions in the markets, but altcoins are depleting. As the Bitcoin dominance rises, the altcoins are getting drained, my people. So for the traders, total liquidation heat map, 24 hours, $102 million wrecked. 70.88 million of that wreckage was those who went long. 31.2 million on those who went short. So I appreciate you all for the love and support of the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm Solo Scrooge with the Solo News. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.